I know loads about it, but do you want to tell me a little bit about how it started, where you're at now?
So I was working in the dating industry, and I had been working there, well, by the time I left, for 6 years. And it was really exciting. It was at a time when no one was talking about tech, and it was a totally different world. Like, online dating was like what your mum and dad did when they got divorced. It was like, it was exactly, it was a totally different vibe, and apps didn't exist. That just wasn't a thing. It was web-based. And was this thing called mobile actually even going to be a thing? So it was a totally different world. I kind of saw the development of that and the emergence of all these different techs, and then I became a mum. And all of a sudden, all of the tech that I was working in, I was used to seeing, just wasn't around for me.
For you and the new audience.
And it was so strange because I was doing everything on my phone, you know, and it doesn't matter if it's like Amazon Prime in the middle of the night, or watching my friends on Instagram, or ordering a car, or my food, whatever it is, it was all here. And then motherhood was like, let me just go on my desktop and log on to like a web browser. And it was just totally weird. I couldn't really understand it. It was frustrating. I felt patronised, actually. And more than just all of that, I just didn't know what other people were doing. Like, how did they feel about it, or how were they like getting through the day, or how did they, I suppose, like find a network and a crew. And so I started to kind of think about it, and I was like, God, it'd be amazing if I could just use like the app that I'm working on, or the product that I'm working on at work, to find some mum mates, basically. And I was doing the other stuff that they tell you to do. I did do my NCT, I just didn't really meet anyone on that. It's really hit and miss. I've heard some people have the most amazing time. I went in there really open-minded. It didn't really like happen for me. I did go to baby massage and baby yoga and gymboree and like teach your baby to sign, and I did all of that stuff. But if he was the one that cried, and I'd be like, oh, I have to go, or I could see the other mums and they're very like calm, chill babies going for coffee, and Finn was like rage. And so it just became this thing where I was like, God, it's just not meant to happen for me. Then I went back to work.
How long after did you go back to work?
5 months.
So,
so it was soon, and it was hard, and yet I wanted to do it and I didn't want to do it. It was like a real mixture of emotions. But I went back and had Fridays with him. And we started to get into our groove a little bit more. Whether I just started to feel a bit more like I got my identity back, I don't know what it was. Maybe we were just getting into each other's groove. And
it takes time to get to know each other and all that stuff.
Exactly. And I honestly felt like we just had got it. We were in our swing now, and we knew each other, and everything was great. And the problem wasn't going away. It was just kind of morphing into another one. So the older he got, the more he wanted to be with other kids, and I didn't know the mums, so I didn't know how to make it happen for him. And roll forward like a year, a little bit longer, and he's talking, I want to see Oliver, or I want to see, and you know, you're like, okay, this is actually something that I need to change, because I'm doing like nursery drop dash, and I'm not getting any interaction. And then it's other stuff like, what's everyone else doing about like potty training?
See, that's my biggest thing. I want to know what mums are doing.
What are you doing about it? Or like, how do you feel about going back to work? Or has your boss ever said this to you? Or I just started to feel like this was something I had to change. And if I didn't do it, someone else was going to do it. And I wanted to do it in the way that I felt would make most sense to women. Because it wasn't just about being mummy. It was about women, and thinking about like, what do women want to talk about? How do they want to interact with each other? And so I decided that I would do it. So I left my very nice job.
And that's a massive leap in itself.
Terrifying.
With a kid.
With a kid, exactly. It's really scary. And that really set it in motion. So I started building in September 2016. And then we released in February 2017.
Wow, that's amazing. That's 5 months.
Yeah, it was pretty quick. Yeah, but I've been living with it for a while. Like, it wasn't just like, it was something that I've been living with for a long time.
And in a world that I imagine is quite male dominated, so venture capitalism, investment, apps, all men. So aren't women and then aren't mothers, was it hard to kind of get traction and get it all kind of off and understand where you were coming from as a mum and as a woman with a predominantly male industry?
That raising money isn't fun, and anyone who tells you it's fun is, okay, introduce me, I need to learn. It's not fun because you're not doing the thing that you set out to do. You set out to build a business and to build a product that people wanted to use and would impact their lives, and it's not the most like fun part of what I do.
Cool.
The first time round when we raised initially, I was pre-product. I didn't have anything. I had me and a deck and this kind of concept of what I wanted to do. And that was challenging because I would meet people who would be like, I don't know, do mums need this? Don't they just drink coffee all day? And and you're like,
are they in Gales meeting up?
No, they don't. And also, you're not a mum. Like,
Exactly.
So there were a few of those. Or why don't you just do another dating product? You're really good at dating. And you're like, because I don't want to.
And actually, this is a dating product in so many ways.
Exactly.
Right?
And it is a way to like meet other women who are in your situation or going through the same stuff as you. But also like this was firstly an enormous market. Women who are mothers are spending trillions of dollars. It's no joke. Like this is a serious market.
When you said Amazon Prime in the middle of the night, maybe I haven't spoken to many mothers. That was me. Like 3 a.m. What can I get? A nipple shield? Like, what can I do to keep my baby cool?
Those like cold like nipple things that you put on to like take the pain away, they were amazing.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. The amount of brown boxes would be piling up outside our house. My husband was going crazy with me.
He's a bit like, what have you ordered?
Yeah, he was like, not another one, Michelle. Yes, another one.
So yeah, women spend.
We are spending that much, and it's not just on stuff related to the kids. It's on stuff related to the household, the holidays, the cars, whatever. Those are decisions made by women, predominantly mothers, and it's worth so much money. That why shouldn't those women have a product which reflects modernity, their stage of life, speaks to them in the way they want to be spoken, all of those things. So there was a frustration when people would say, I don't know whether they need it. And you're like, don't you? That was challenging. And I don't know whether that's just a male and female thing. I think it's for anyone who is in a minority, doing something like in a different industry. So that was challenging. The second time we came to raise money, so after the product was already out there and getting traction and being used, was much better. It was much...
By this point, it's a viable product.
We have data. I can show people are using it. I know people are using it. It was... I don't want to use the word easy, but it was a better, smoother, quicker process. It was kind of, it was done and dusted. It was done and dusted in a very short period of time. And that for me was all I needed to know, because then I was like, okay, people get it and they know, and now I've kind of got traction and I've shown that this is
because you've like busted your gut now for 18 months in it. So for people to now be like, okay, we're into this, we can give you some money for it or whatever.
Exactly.
That's such a nice feeling, I can imagine.
And it's like that validation where you're like, okay, now I can take it to where we need to. I can build the team. I can pay some people. I can do the things that I need to do, and that was a real like turning point. But what was really interesting, to like go back to your original question about like the male and female divide, our team is split. Like we're and so we're not all women.
It's
really and it's really important to me because we all have a different vantage point. We see things differently, and I think that's really exciting.
That's really exciting.
And it's really common for everyone to think, oh, Peanut, and it's for women, it must be a team of women.
Potentially, I would have thought a team of lovely mums sat there crashing away at a laptop.
No, it's not.
I think that's really exciting. And like you say, you do get you need different opinions, don't you, and different kind of viewpoints in something like that.
You can see that. I hope you can see it.
It's an amazing product. And I think it's amazing. I was telling my mum, who's obviously, she's got big grown-up adult children, she was like, what an interesting idea. And it just sort of clicked. This is somebody who's a lot older than me and, definitely wasn't on an app when she had her children. But it kind of, everybody can say, why? If you're a mum and you've been in that kind of really lonely, sometimes quite dark place, to be like, yeah, there are friends like just here that you can make.
At that 2 a.m. feed.
Yeah, exactly.
And everyone's asleep.
Yeah.
And I used to be like,
except that one name.
yeah, and then you can be like, hi, and someone telling
exactly.
you, don't worry, I got you. I'm doing the same thing as you.
Yeah.
Or when you're like lying, looking at your child, like freaking out because they've had a temperature or whatever, or even just because you don't want to tell, like, your best friend, my best friend isn't a mummy yet, and I don't want to be the constant drone about stuff. To be able to just go on Peanut and be like, okay, ladies, what are you doing about this?
Yeah, and that's me always. So, what's your kid wearing tonight? It's really hot. Long sleeve baby girl, short sleeve.
That's it. Just want to check. Or what's the latest thing? What you guys all reading? Like, what's everyone reading to each other? Or even, what's everyone watching on Netflix? Because I finished all the series.
Exactly.
Like, it's that kind of, sometimes you just want to, and that's the stuff that I love.
Women have always been important to me. I always say this, but even more so now.
Yeah.
It's like, that's your backbone. Those sort of people that are there, like, fighting your corner, like you say, at 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
You couldn't do it without them.
And it's your confidence as well, right? Oftentimes, all you need is another woman to either say to you, I know, it's crappy sometimes, don't worry about it. Or, you're doing great, what are you talking about? I wasn't doing that, don't worry about it.
And it is the women that do that, it's the other mums that say, you're doing amazing, you're being mad.
Yeah, what are you talking about? No, of course he wasn't rolling at like 4 months. You know, and that's what you need.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I suppose, had I have had a product like Peanut when I was, you know, first into motherhood, my initial experience of motherhood would have been so completely different. And that's the part I think that I am so proud of now, because I'm so proud that other women can have that. But that's what drives me every day, because there's no reason that any woman should sit and feel isolated on her own.
Nice. What's your favourite thing about motherhood?
I just love his questions. I love how innocent they are, and I love how honest and without any kind of understanding of what it is he's asking, or you know, the layers of what he's asking. The other day he's watching MTV music video.
Cool boy.
Yeah, very cool. I put it on when I'm getting ready for work in the morning, right? So he's like dancing while we're getting ready. And in the music video, it turned to black and white. Mummy, why has the colour gone out of the pictures? He goes, out of the pictures. Why's the colour gone out of the pictures? I said, oh, well, maybe the videographer, that's the person who makes a video, he decided he didn't want to, I didn't know I was saying he. He decided that would make it look like moody or change the atmosphere. And Finn's like nodding. And he goes, can't girls be videographers?
Oh, stop it.
Can't girls be videographers? And I was like, oh, yes, of course they can. And it's videographer. And by the way, sometimes people say he or she, but they don't mean it. Anyone can be anything.
I love that.
Put firmly back in my place.
Yeah,
and also,
come on,
mummy, get it right. And also, like, so proud. My son.
Yeah, my little feminist. Yes.
And that was amazing. So questions like that, you just realise they're such sponges.
What's your, like, mum life hack? Like...
Oh, yeah, mum life hack.
Yeah. If you have any.
Can it be to do with me, or does it need to be? Okay. So my real good one, which I didn't follow today, so I'm very conscious of the hair, is that I put dry shampoo in my hair the night before.
The night before?
Not the morning of, because if you do it the morning of, it's very chalky, but if you do it the night before, sleep on it, the next day it's like zhuzhy.
Okay, save time.
And save time. So that way you wash your hair on a Monday and it could easily last you till Saturday morning.
I'm literally going to be racking up these tips.
If you play it right, you could be flying for 6 days of like, not beautiful hair.
But it will pass.
It passes, yeah.
That's a great one. And have you got lots of new exciting things happening with Peanut?
Oh, we're working.
Some maybe can't talk about
that. We're working hard. We're doing work on product. We're building the team. And
thank you very
thanks so much.
I think that's it. I just wanted to talk about all the mum things.
I know.
We'll be super quick. But yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks very much.